Look at this fuck.
Dude, he's doing the
Welcome
super
to.
rich.
What?
He's doing the
Why did
super
you
rich.
curse 2 seconds into the
Sorry,
episode?
I couldn't help
He's trying to beat Joel's all-time record.
Look at
and he's
this.
done
That
it.
is
You
quick.
literally
That's the
got
new-
the record.
That's the new all-time record set
That's
on
the new
Plat Chat,
all-time
actually. Look at that.
Wow.
Cole Guinness.
Great
Cole Guinness
job.
up.
Great job,
couldn't-
Avast.
Why did you have to lead with that small cup, man? Why did you have to lead with the
Bring
small?
bring
look
the
at it.
He's trying to be the new super rich.
photo up, bro.
Look at this espresso
I
cup,
put it in
dude.
Discord.
It's trifling.
It's
It's a
tiny.
trifling cup.
They're
We could
cute.
either do the
It's so
we could either do
cute.
that, or we could say that it's Johnny's normal. It's a normal
Super
size
Rich's cup is
Shaq-
bigger.
Shaq
This is
water
literally
bottle
me drinking out of my giant bottle.
Wait,
Next to,
wait.
this is just literally me drinking out of my giant bottle next to Johnny.
AVRL
It's
is
literally
Scoosh
just the same thing.
Apple Scooshway is super rich as Johnny. It's
Yeah,
perfect.
But
actually.
the thing is,
It's actually
Johnny's
perfect.
cup is way smaller than Super Rich's cup.
This one is pretty small, yeah. Yeah, it's a little espresso.
It's
cup.
pretentious
tiny.
as hell. This is you're
Why?
bringing your pretentiousness into
Wait,
Plat
I need to
Chat,
know.
bro?
Do you know the
God
brand of the
damn.
cup?
Yes.
What is it?
What is
Willie's.
Le Creuset. It is pretty. Yeah, that's pretty. It's yeah. It's pretty. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
you're not
Yeah.
saving yourself, buddy.
Yeah.
He's not beating the
no.
allegations.
He's not
beating
beating
the
the
allegations.
No. Well, I've always been like an Americano guy. Just got a cup of espresso and pour some water on that. But I don't know. Something recently, a little
Jamie?
shot.
Jamie, pull up Johnny's Dyson fan.
I'm not beating the allegations.
It's in frame.
Oh
There
my
it
God.
is.
Yeah.
There it is. We got him. We
Yeah.
got him.
Wait, it's not on. It's not on. Wait, let me.
Yeah,
He's
turn that
gonna
on. You
turn
don't
it
want to breathe in the
on.
air.
Dude,
you don't want to be
you can
breathing the
afford
air in LA.
electricity? Oh my god.
You don't want to
This
breathe
guy-
the air in LA, okay? Get that thing on. Get that thing
Yeah.
on.
That's true.
Show me your pantry full of eggs.
Yeah, show your pantry full of eggs.
Full of eggs.
Yeah, I want to
Um,
see your like 1 kilo, like your like 10-kilo jar of saffron that you have in your pantry. Just like,
We
just like
just have a
10
little bit. It's
just
an
like
espresso cup of saffron.
$5,000. No, he doesn't have that much, but this is part of the bit.
It's a little saffron we acquired. Welcome everybody. We got episode 269. It's going to be a short episode because Avast have places to go. Avast is busy. Okay, if I'm pretentious, then Avast is busy. He's businessing all
Well,
over
I
the place.
misjudged the time because you're like, oh, this is time. I was like, that sounds good. I'm gonna realize that you said it in Pacific time, and I'm in Eastern right now, so it's a 3-hour difference. So literally, I'm like, oh, I have many less hours. Than
Can I
thought.
ask a question?
Yeah.
What the hell is mountain time? What the hell is MT?
It's like Arizona. It's mountain
All the
time.
people who live in the mountains.
Is Denver in mountain time?
I don't know. I thought Colorado was in Central. I might be wrong, but
So PST or PT, and then
is
what?
West Mountain.
And then MT.
No, and then yeah,
CT.
mountain, then
Here we
CT,
go.
then Eastern. Yes. So yeah, Arizona, New Mexico. Okay, Colorado is mountain.
Makes sense, 'cause they have mountains.
And then
Colorado.
AT for Alaska.
And
Here you
there's
go.
also Hawaiian time.
It actually starts with
And then
Hawaii.
H.
Hawaii's first.
I think
Yeah.
Hawaii
I think
is
they came
first,
up with
yeah.
time zones because of the trains, like 100 years ago, because they needed everybody to be on the.
I mean, maybe the system was created like that, but
Well,
I mean,
yeah, of course they
time
didn't. Yeah, of
zones-
course they didn't invent the way the sun
Like,
rotates around the globe,
sun
but
rotating.
but I think it's related
you
to the train
think the
system.
sun rotates around the globe? Okay, sure.
No, the sun rotates. bro.
That's not what I meant.
Didn't realize that we were still there. Huh?
Oh my god.
He's this pretentious, and he believes the.
To be
That's
fair,
so
that
what I
lines
meant.
up. That
That's
lines
so
up
what I
with
meant.
with new age rich like hippie people. It's like,
It
oh,
does.
so you believe in the heliocentric model of the
Oh,
universe?
that's not what I meant. Oh god. That's
You know
not
what it is?
I meant.
It's because
Oh,
Johnny gets
boy.
to fly in planes. He gets to see the curvature. The rest of us, we're terrestrial
True.
beings. We have to
That's
stay on the land.
true,
We only
yeah.
see the flatness.
They put
That's the difference.
Johnny up into like the outer edges of space with Katy Perry. It was Johnny and Katy
He
Perry.
was
so
in that
he saw
music
it.
video. Did you not see? He was in the back.
Yeah, he saw it. He saw the blue orb, and he was like, "Dude, it's flat."
Yeah,
It's
me and
flat, man.
Guys, it's a disc. Trust me, I've got the
me
boat
and
to
Jeff
prove.
Bezos, we're traveling to
Title
the
like that.
space.
Title like
Oh
that.
my god! All right, we got a quick show today because of that. So we have about 50 minutes to go. So just giving you guys a heads up. We're not going to go on for 2 hours or so. So why don't we just get straight into it? We got the members question of the week. Now, Tom Flynn, one of our trusted members, amazing at just writing like the longest questions of all time that are super elaborate. But here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Essentially, it boils down to, is it good for the scene that Crazy Raccoon and the Falcons keep being in the finals all the time, or is that bad for like the rest of the scene that the same two teams always play in the final?
I mean, it's not necessarily bad. It's more so of a question. Do you think two people having all the money is bad? It's not a question of the two teams being there all the time that's bad. It's more so, does everyone else have no money? That's bad.
Although,
They really don't
will
have money?
Falcons be in the finals, the next finals, with Proper on the bench, who doesn't know why?
That's why we're asking this question now and not in a couple of months.
I don't know. I think there's two ways to look at it, honestly. Yes, it's a bad thing because we don't see other teams like compete for that. But at the same time, it truly is like the highest level of Overwatch possible. So it's like kind of a gift in that regard. And I guess it would make it more exciting if another team was in the finals that wasn't Crazy Raccoon and Falcons. I don't think it's a net negative. I'm like very in the middle for this whole thing. It's not a super net negative, but it's not like a super positive thing either. Yeah, it would be nice to have at least a third team be good, but watching the highest level play of Overwatch possible is awesome. So
We've had third teams be good. There's just like, here's the problem though. The reason why you don't see a lot of non-Crazy Raccoon versus Falcons finals is because only 2 Korean teams get to go to international.
oh, that's so true.
Think about it,
T1's
guys.
I mean,
So
T1 could
true,
make it.
actually.
Zeta have been good enough
Zeta,
to
yeah.
challenge Crazy Raccoon and Falcons at various points, but if they just miss out on the top 2 positions, they don't get to go to a
Look
final.
at that. Look
So-
at that. LA Valiant in shambles, bro. Look at that.
LA Valiant. You know
So-
what's actually shocking is that O2 Blast made essentially the equivalent amount of LA Valiant despite never being an Overwatch League
Austin
team.
Uprising is 20.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Trash.
Blast.
That's not even including how much money O2 made from selling their
Selling
players.
players,
But
yeah.
I was going to say, aside from all this, I don't think it's as bad as it is boring. It is boring to see the same 2 teams in every single final. What's funny is that in Korea domestically, you actually don't always see Crazy Raccoon and Falcons in the final. In fact, coming up in Korea, I don't think you're going to see them in the final. I think you're going to see them as semi-final because it's a single elim final bracket rather. Pretty sure Falcons will be fighting for third, and Crazy Raccoon will be going up against T1 or Zeta or whoever in the actual grand final, which is what
Maybe
happened
AGG
last
as
stage.
well. Could be
So-
AGGs, right?
Yeah. So the point is, in Korea, there's actually enough teams with high level of competition that you're not necessarily going to get the same final. But it's usually Falcons that usually fall short if one of them falls short. Crazy Raccoon's probably going to make the final, usually speaking. I'm pretty sure Crazy Raccoon had made every final. I'd have to go back and check, but based on memory, I don't believe Crazy Raccoon have ever missed a final domestically in either Korea or Asia, whereas Falcons certainly have. Beyond that, what it basically says is that like if you have events where more than 2 Korean teams get to go, you have a higher likelihood of seeing more than the same 2 teams in the exact same final, right? I think it's a format problem. I think it's also a problem with the fact that it's just still going to take a lot of time for other regions to catch up, because you go to a final where it's 2 Korea, 3 NA, 3 EMEA, whatever, probably the 2 Korean teams are going to be the ones going to the final because the other regions are still just going to struggle to catch up. It is what it is. You have, only 2 import slots, which is what I'm okay with that. I'm okay with there being only 2 import slots for NA and EMEA and the other regions because I want, the development of the domestic players. But yeah, it just means you're gonna lose to the 5-man Korean super team, which is why we see the same 2 teams in the final all the time.
Can I also say that I think that in general, for us who are like very into the scene, if we're like the quote unquote hardcore fans, we actually have a great understanding of like how amazing these 2 teams are and how amazing these finals are. And the fact that it's not one dominant team, like that would have been really bad if it's just one dominant team all the time. And we're just like, oh, we're just gonna watch this team dominate the finals again. But like, there's just 2 of them who are fairly equal, although Chris Raccoon have had a slight advantage. It actually sets up like a truly amazing final, and it feels like we're blessed to watch these 2 teams go head to head. For a casual viewer, I'm actually not sure like how they perceive it, but from my standpoint, I'm like, this is amazing. We get to see 2 of the best teams of all time go head to head as many times as possible, please, because it's truly amazing. And as well,
Overwatch.
like for Champions Clash as well, where I get to present that graphic of just like how many times these players have won in the past, like how many stage titles and like Overwatch League titles, OWCS, whatever, like how winning all of these players are. That doesn't make sense, but you get the point in a way. Like it feels very like prestigious every single final because these two teams are so good. So I don't mind it personally, but I don't know if casuals have a problem with it or like fans of specific teams, stuff like that.
There should be an additional slot for Korea. It feels like it's about time, but as AVRL said, like other regions just need to catch up. But I just don't think they're going to even get there. I'm going to be honest.
Well, you can't catch up if there's enough cross-regional play. There isn't enough cross-regional play. It's literally impossible. Like, you can't catch up if you don't.
3 times a year, cross-regional
not enough.
play.
Not enough.
The thing is,
That's the
it's
same
like,
as every other esport, though.
Look, that's exactly what I was going to say. Look at every other esport. The League of Legends, like, it's always been like a China or Korea team that just fucking dominate. NA is near airport. They just lose every time, you know.
How much cross-regional play do they have?
Pretty
3?
well. Again, they don't have as much. But, like, the thing is, you can't have insane amount of cross-regional play in any esport unless it's Overwatch League style where everybody's together. So it's like, yeah, you're never going to get that.
I mean, CS does. But, like, the difference is it's, like, the problem is, like, everyone's kind of just, like, it's mostly just North America, Europe, right? They have a lot of events in North America. The problem is that, like,
we have
there's just no there's just no North American talent
kinda
left in the game. They've all gone to Valorant, you know?
Yeah,
So, like,
so true, yeah.
it's just, like, I do think that, like, but I think the number one thing is a region can catch up. It can catch up, but if there's such a humongous gulf in the beginning, unless the region is like insanely dedicated or you get like a ton of cross-regional play, it just won't happen, you know?
Yeah.
And also, even if you develop talent, it's just going to end up a situation where all the teams that have money will just siphon all the talent from the lower level teams. Typically, it's like Nightmare. It's like, you know, what, I mean, pretty much Nightmare is like an easy one where Nightmare lose people to like Liquid. Obviously, like Falcons in Crazy Raccoon. If there's ever, I know for a fact, if there's ever a better player that Crazy Raccoon or Falcons could get, they will buy it. You know, if they could conceive of a better player, they would buy the player. You know, they would get the player.
It's just sports, though. No, sports is just like whoever's got the most money buys the best team.
No, because technically,
unless it's drafting.
Technically, yeah. If you have drafts and stuff like that and things like that, you can technically equalize that a bit. But that's specifically with how esports work. That's currently how it works right now. And it's also why people complain about Falcons and like other esports, right? Because they just buy, especially like CS, like they're purchasing all the talent.
Like the NAEU teams, they need to build super teams because if you can't build super teams, you can't compete internationally at all. So I think that's a natural thing. Like you have to go to Toronto Ultra or Toronto Defiant like last year and just build the most hardcore super team.
But once again, I'm not complaining about that. I'm not complaining about North American teams building super teams. We're simply just talking about like is Crazy Raccoon Falcons bad because they have a shit ton of money. Probably, I would say more money that they can spend than any other team. Like, yes, other teams have money, but no one else is probably going to match their expenditure based off, like, my guesstimations. And additionally, on top of that, like, there's not very many teams that will also be able to take them because, A, import limits, which is good, and B, not enough cross-regional play. Yeah. Even if they could, like, even if there are teams that could meet the amount of money they spend, you still won't be able to outcompete them because of the fact that like you're not playing them enough. You're not playing against the other top teams enough to like develop essentially in these other like regions that kind of like have a lot of talent, but not like insane talent.
Unless you're scrimming them, you're never going to be able to succeed.
So yes, I think it's a format issue mostly, like AVRL said. I think it's mostly a format issue and also an issue of like, on top of that, like there isn't enough teams to counterbalance Crazy Raccoon and Falcons in the Asia region in general and Korea. Like you don't have enough teams that are going to be able to counterbalance that outside of essentially Zeta T1, so you have like maybe 2 teams, and even then you don't get them as slots, right? So,
okay, which is why the big tournaments are kind of like good to show what the rest of the region can do. Like last year, EWC 4 Korean teams, you actually got to see Zeta and Fnatic, who well, there's Dongak and Viper's old team. You got to see them play and even lose to Western teams, which was really healthy because you got to see like, okay, well, what happens when not Crazy Raccoon and not Falcons are the only Korean teams there? So that was really good. So you need more events where like 3-4 out of Korea instead of just 1-2 get to go.
Bonus question from Magic Kyle. We'll do this quick one as well. You and one Overwatch hero are stranded on a deserted island. Who would you want with you on the island?
Sim, so she could TP us away.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, there'll be a
how hard
range.
how
There'll be a
hard to
range.
see SimTP go in real life.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you can't take Sim, the next obvious choice is like Torb because he would like build you shit.
Oh, that's
With what
true.
materials?
The wood and the sand
The
and the
wood.
I
rock.
suppose. All right,
Yeah.
fair enough.
And
I
he
would
could
choose-
use water.
He could mine and he could craft, and then
could
we
mine
could
and
both
craft,
You
craft.
yeah.
could mine?
Yeah, he could mine.
He's
he could
assuming
craft
that
a
he could mine
pickaxe.
because he's a dwarf. What Jack is doing,
No.
he's playing to dwarven stereotypes.
No, bro, I mean, he can make a pickaxe. Come on now.
He's
He has
he's
he has a
appealing to
pickaxe
Swedish stereotypes.
Yeah, the miners of Sweden.
They're miners and they're
Johnny,
all
can
very
you,
short. They're all very
Yeah.
short and they all mine, as we all know.
Someone said echo in the comments because some
Echo?
They yeah, for some reason they just
What would
wanted
Echo?
like
I mean, what would
Oh, I
Echo?
mean, she
what
could
she
fly
copy a
away.
crab? What the hell would she do?
they have no hunger requirements. They don't need to
Oh,
eat,
so
and
you
so
can
there'll be
take
more
all the
food for
resources.
you.
But also, you can't
and,
eat her if you need to. If you were starving, you also just a
Okay,
robot.
okay,
I'm
okay,
simply
okay.
saying-
You've
Go
never,
on.
you've never eaten a AAA battery as a kid? I mean,
No.
I mean,
No, I haven't.
I'd probably choose Mercy so that two of us could she could
Next-
she could help me
the
fly
next
away.
answer is
She
very
could help me fly away. She could help me fly away. There it is. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, there.
I see.
Because
Oh,
she could,
that's
the
why
two
you
of us
picked
could fly
Mercy.
together. Yes.
Holy
Oh.
Yes, yes. Yeah, that's
That's
it.
smart
That's
from
it. She
you.
has wings, right? She has wings. She would fly away. True.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Real and
All
true,
right.
guys.
I
And
thought
if
you were gonna
and if
go
you die,
something else.
she can resurrect you. So
That's
there you
fair.
go.
That's
That's the other.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
the
I
other
can't
thing
wait
I
to
was
be
going to go
raised
for.
by Mercy.
Avast. Wait, what were
The-
you thinking of us? Just out of curiosity, because those are the two things I was thinking of personally.
I was just wondering what your answer was going to be.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
wondering what it
yeah.
was
No,
gonna
be.
my answer was either flying or resurrection, and definitely no other.
Why
answer.
would you want to
Yeah,
be
me
res?
personally.
You're still going to be in the same state as when you died. So it's like, okay, you're res, great. You're not like at full strength again, and then you just die the next day.
No. Wrong. You can't.
All right,
You get
actual
res at
pain.
full health. You get res at full health. Wrong.
You do get rested at full health.
So
I guess
But
your
also, isn't
ailment
that still
does
just
make-
eternal torture? You just die
Yeah,
and
you're just-
respawn on the island forever until someone hopefully gets you.
It sucks.
Well,
How
it's
would
good
you
to have a
Rescue you
lifeline.
every like 20.
Something
Yeah.
happens, you
seconds
fall out of a tree or something, then yeah.
Well, I mean, like,
You're good.
that's still the same issue, right? You're just still stuck there forever. Like,
Yeah,
the-
but then you can afford to take risks. You can take one risk, you know?
you'd be like, I'm gonna swim to the next island, and then you drown. You like
I love,
drown.
I love the ranges
So,
there. I love the range
She can damage boost me, so I can mine really fast and effectively.
You could, oh, you could be like,
That's
oh,
true.
the
damage boost mine.
damage boost.
That's
Oh, that's
true.
crazy.
That's true.
Crazy. You wouldn't just get venture to like literally drill, but okay.
Oh, Venture's a good shout, actually.
Yeah, all right. So taking a look at OWCS, obviously there were no Korea matches this past week because they have their matches coming up this weekend. North America, not a ton happened in North America, so I think we'll start with EMEA instead with GenG actually looking good, fellas. GenG, they didn't choke. They didn't look disorganized. They didn't
They
throw.
didn't choke.
Who are you? Pounded on the
Wow.
Tracer. They
Yeah,
actually
his
look
Tracer
good
is
against a
Hold
pretty
on.
formidable team.
We're saying we're being told right now that A, Mag didn't play Diva the whole time. B,
Yes.
who are you didn't play Torb the whole time. C, Crispy is actually alive and Zox is like benched. And D, I don't have a D, but that's fine. GenG, they only needed those A, B, and C's. Look at that.
Pretty much, if you just do everything that the opposite of what they were doing, it looks a lot better.
Yeah. Who's surprised? Everybody is surprised.
like that's just like what it comes down to. I don't even think this is like the players played better. This is literally just this composition isn't crack cocaine. This isn't a crack cocaine composition with like crack cocaine rolls. It makes sense.
Yeah,
So,
the compositions weren't too stupid. They had Crispy in the lineup, who, again, we're kind of memeing here, just like, oh, they put Crispy in, oh, they're much better. But like,
Crispy
at
is
the same time,
like
it does seem to be
decent.
helping somewhat. So yeah, they
He was
just looked
good,
like they were
man.
more
I thought he was
organized.
decent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Crispy was the entire difference maker. No, and then obviously, Who Are You had a great Tracer performance as well. So. That helps, but I think we were expecting this to be a pretty close match. But GenG, they were quite dominant, to be honest.
Yeah,
So.
and one did even had Willie's back. See, and
Yeah.
they couldn't. That's the other. They were at
Yeah.
full
Yeah,
power. But
Willies.
GenG, who are not screwing around, are actually decent. By the way, speaking of Who Are You, his performance on Hollywood, on Tracer specifically, was unbelievable. I watched one fight where he literally 1v2'd the backline. You just see him. He goes in the back, kills Natsuki, and then just kills Yoham next, dies, but he trades 1 for 2 with the backline by himself. I'm like, bro, this guy's insane. But
That's
of course, all the Korea watchers have actually seen Who Are You play Tracer before. So we kind of knew. We already knew that Who Are You is capable of doing some real magic on Tracer. which is why when you see this guy
He's just been
perma-torb,
ass.
it's like, why is this guy perma-torb?
Yeah.
He's not playing any of his good heroes.
It made no fucking sense, man. I like the meta, while it's not like one perma comp, it's been relatively solved. It's like, okay, a lot of teams
Their
go
circle comp was
hazards.
great.
It's like, bro, just play the normal shit. Like, just play the, like, not like default, but like maybe your own little
I
flair.
mean,
but,
like
the
pretty much
comps have
like
just
yeah,
been
it's like
dog shit.
Tracer, Hazard, like
Yeah.
Freya, you know, or
Sojourn,
Sojourn.
But there's Sigma
Slash
comp was great
Freya,
on Circuit
yeah,
too. So
Yeah,
it's
but
not
like
like,
circuit.
fucking-
The circuit you could do Sigma.
yeah,
sure.
I'm just saying
Yeah.
like Mag, you know,
Yeah.
did one trick. He did play some different stuff, and it
But,
looked
like,
good.
it just
I think
doesn't
overall.
make fucking sense, man. Like, why, if for the last few weeks, or like the last couple of weeks where you actually need to be good at the game, they're like, okay, now it's time to play. It's like, bro, I don't know.
Now
It's
it makes
just
their life
frustrating to
really
watch.
hard in the playoffs.
just
They're gonna
makes
make themselves really hard. Their life.
I don't know.
really
I
hard.
was optimistic. They're playing Alcadia next week, which obviously, you know, they're not going to win.
They're
that.
gonna lose that
Ooh,
game.
that's gonna be
But-
tough.
but still, like it gave me hopium that they could beat teams like at least like the Ultimates. And then, I mean, the top 3 in EMEA is very tough because it's Alcadia, Twisted Mind, Virtus Pro, who are all great teams now. They're like,
Yeah,
it's like
they're sick.
great top 3 in EMEA, so that's going to be very tough. But it gave me some hopium. So, yeah, we'll have to
I
see.
don't know, man.
It was good to see in a way. It felt like
Crazy that.
it felt like a wash, you know, like it felt clean. You
I
know?
will say
Not
I'm
that
having less
disgusting
fun.
GenG
I'm
play,
having
so.
less fun now that they won because they could have been relegated if they lost, and now there's no fun really
You
attached.
could
Like,
you could have hated.
Yeah.
You could
well,
have
it's
hated
not.
more.
It's more so just the stakes are a lot lower. You know, like
right.
like now I'm like like they're not gonna get relegated. Like yeah, they could still obviously not have a good like playoffs, like making it. You know, but I'm just like damn, like there was something to cheer for before. There was something
Real
more
quick
to cheer
context.
against.
Real quick context, as someone in T1, he's obligated to hate on GenG because of the T1 GenG rivalry. Just want to point that out.
Exactly.
That is true. I've heard that before.
I get a performance bonus for the amount of slander I throw to GenG.
It is crazy to me that although Ultimates are like doing okay, they're not actually just, we're not just consuming slop every single time we watch one of their games, but like,
Well, they lost to Morakiri, but that was about it this week.
yeah, I mean,
guess the
yeah,
worst
they
team in the region.
lost that one map versus Frostel, sure, but like they're doing okay. We're not like watching and eating slop, but like it's crazy that GenG and the Ultimates in the EU, although it's very competitive, like you said, with like VP, TM, etc. In the top 3, Alcatia as well. But like it's crazy that both these teams are just performing like this bad. Like they look bad. Like you expect these kind of score lines against like big teams. And maybe you expect their position on the board, on the leaderboard or whatever. But it just the level of slop that we've seen from both squads is ridiculous. I've been hating EU for a little while now. It's
What? EU?
Welcome to the team.
What?
Welcome to
It's
the
like,
team.
dude,
Welcome
this
to the
is
team.
one
it's a
of those-
fun ass
this is
fucking
a
region
great
when you're
region.
watching Alcatia and
It's a-
VP and
It's a
TM.
super entertaining region. There's 3 top 3 teams who are competitive with each other. The
Yeah.
Ultimates and GenG are great hate watches.
Who are you on tour, bro?
And DVG is
who
like-
are you on tour?
Yeah, but
From
imagine
Faces
there was a
being
region
voted?
where there was like 5 teams competitive with each other.
Yeah, I guess
Imagine
like
a
sure.
Korea.
Yeah, well, exactly. Like, I guess sure. Like, yeah, watching
You're
the top
selling
teams is
your
really
EMEA
sick.
short.
We get like really sick games, and then we just get the slop. It's just like, bro, please. There could be such an insane like fight for like 2nd and 1st seed, more than there is, and I don't know. Maybe GenG, this is their time to. Maybe this is it. Maybe they've turned it
Johnson
around.
spent the entire stage casting NA, and now he's just forsaken EU
Like,
entirely.
man,
Look
this
at
fucking
guy.
slop that I'm watching. I mean,
Yeah,
Which is
only
actually
casting
crazy
now.
because NA is way more slop than EU. I'm gonna be honest.
NA has
is
been
way
more
more
slop.
slop.
There's some slop in there.
It really is.
Like NA is actually like actual Soylent Green straight from the slop factory comparatively.
Speaking of great games, let's talk about the map 6 banger between Twisted Minds and Virtus Pro. Oh
Yeah,
my god, what a
holy
game
shit,
this was.
This was a good one.
Wow.
When was the last time in a 1st to 3 we've had a map 6?
I can't remember.
When was the last time? Because there's been a map 6 before in
I
like
don't
the
know.
finals and stuff, but like a map 6 in a 1st to 3?
I honestly can't remember.
By the
It's
way,
been-
I was out with people in Toronto when this was occurring. We were, you know, there's Valorant Masters, so I was literally with the enemy essentially. So like, what the fuck happened? I don't know what happened in this one.
All right. So it was a fantastic series. It was a fantastic series, not only because it went to 6, but because there were 2 like different play styles within the match as well. So VP, they tried to play Shockwave on Cassidy, and then they played like Lucio Bap. and they try to take off angles with this. Like we've seen this so many fucking times, like in Overwatch before, where like you have a Lucio play with the cast, and then like you push like angles, and then you try to look for picks with the cast. Like I remember this in like World Cup fucking 2018. Like teams will do this. So nothing new, but they brought it out, which again we haven't seen in forever. Twisted Minds, on the other hand, just like fucking playing Juno, Ana, and super greedy backline, but they weren't punished by it at all because Virtus Pro were playing this like slow Cassidy Bap style, and so Twisted Minds were just able to play Juno, Ana, and so it was a really fun back and forth for Twisted Minds. They started out really dominant. Both teams were about to lose on the first point in the Dorado. But Twisted Minds will go up 2-0, and then they start losing. Virtus Pro, they look amazing on Runasapi playing the Orisa composition. Shockwave comes online. They win the fourth map, which was New Junk City. Yeah, New Junk City goes to 5 points. And then we go to this Midtown where it's overtime, and both teams have a minute to spare, and neither team can cap and go to map 6. And then Yubi gets subbed in on Sim. So that's a recap of the series. But it was a giga banger. Like it was just an amazing series.
I want to start with
Simple is so damn good.
What is that shirt you're wearing? You look like a carny. You look like you're a carnival. What is this shirt, Johnny? You look like you're about to tell me to play the ring toss game.
What are you talking about?
You put one of those little straw hats on him?
Just Solomon, bring up a carny. Bring up a carnival carny. Like, I mean, this guy, what is this shirt? Well,
It's
what
a
do
lovely
you and
shirt.
Jake both? You and Jake both. Jake's a little. I mean, there's so many stripes here. Holy fuck!
We were wearing colorful shirts for Pride Month.
It was colorful shirt.
Listen,
man.
I'm not dogging on Pride Month. You know, we're all fucking with gay people. But
You are not a real person. You are not real.
Oh,
You just made this
I will
up.
say,
made this up.
that's good.
when I watched this live, my chat definitely had some comments about both the shirts.
That's good.
It's funny that Avast is, as soon as he sees it, he just zooms. You see him lean in the camera, just zooming on that shirt.
Thanks, guys. Great game.
we got him. New analysis just dropped. Johnny versus Stripes. Let's see. But who wins
I love
this
that
match?
shirt.
Well, it's a very fun shirt. It's a very fun shirt, but I better not see you. We better not go to the carnival together because the employees might be like, "Why are you? Get back to the booth, man! What are you doing?"
Well, part time. You gotta make things work. You gotta make ends meet these days.
You know what? That's a good point. You gotta hustle.
I'm working at the carnival. Come on.
You gotta hustle. Oh wait, also secondary question related to the game. Did any of these teams play fucking Moira Kiriko? I hope not.
No.
Okay, fucking hate that composition. I've seen it in North America and it made me want to claw my eyes out.
It's
So-
ass.
I can't remember much
People
of
are saying
Oasis.
it's OP, by the way. People are saying it's OP. I'm like, Moira is not. Come on, there's no way
No.
you're fucking trolling that, dude. It's not fucking broken. I can't remember who said in the interview, but it was like, yeah, Moira's kind of broken. I'm like, what? Like, losing my fucking mind. Like, Moira. Every time we see the Moira, it's like she gets shot twice. She hits fade, and then the Winston's run. Like, bro, come on.
I'm gonna zoom in on this game a little bit. I think Oasis was pretty close. Dorado was the one map aside from Circle Royale that was super one-sided. I think there were only 2 one-sided maps, and those are those. Dorado was kind of a gross full hold. If I remember correctly, yeah, Diva was banned, which I think really negatively impacted Vasola here. And I think, to me, TM are the better RAM team. If we're talking about RAM mirrors, TM are just the more drilled RAM team. And that was also proven, I think, on the Circle Royale as well when they had the whole UB Sim thing coming in, which, by the way, is an insane substitution for map 6. It's like a player that is mostly not playing, coming in for map 6 tiebreaker, completely cold, completely fresh. But of course, he does have a history playing on Circle Royale. That is actually one of his maps that he does get subbed in for, which is pretty crazy. Runasapi, people forget this, but Runasapi was a comeback. So one of the few times where a team hits over 100 meters, the other team has 0 meters, and then the team losing from 0 actually makes a full comeback in a push map and wins it,
Smashes
which
the
is extremely
theory.
rare. Super, super, super rare. So
Yeah.
I had to uncall. I called the game at about 5 minutes. I had to uncall it after I saw VP start to make a comeback happen. I was like, hang on, this is getting a little bit real right now. And I was actually not sure about the cast because I think Shockwave is still a little. He doesn't seem that comfortable on the Freya. He doesn't want to play the Freya very often. He just wants to play cast all the time. And I guess some Sojin, but he's playing a lot of cast. But he made it work on Rusapi eventually.
I mean, people have been doing that. Like Lethal, we spoke to Lethal in like a little interview thing. It's like, well, You're like a hard hit scam, like not as much Freya. Like
got into Orisa.
Play Cass, but like,
With that.
dude, the cat like Cass and Soja after the Freya little like nerfs and the hotfixes and stuff, like she's not getting played as much. She's not like perma pick, must pick now in NA at least. Like, I don't think Soja's like the gap between her and Freya are closing for sure. And then the Casty, like you said, and people are saying like, you can play Cass into the Freya. Like Freya's like super easy to pick out the sky with the Cass. Like she can be pressured out super easy. So it's been cool to see that like evolve. So
even Dorado was actually, I thought, really fun considering it was the first point, because Twisted Mind looked great on the defense with the Juno, the Honor Juno. VP were just like, what are you doing, VP? But then VP almost fuller held Twisted Minds, because Twisted Minds fucked up the support ultimates. And so it actually came down to the last fight as well for Twisted Minds on Dorado. So considering both teams almost got full held, I was like, something you don't see every day as well. Midtown was just insane madness. Twisted Minds, they cap in overtime 0.1, 0.2. Simple has some like insane highlights on Ana, but then also plays Sen. It was just an amazing series overall.
what do you guys think about Simple being the best flex point in EU right now?
Simple?
Yeah.
Sorry, what did you say? Simple is the...
What are we thinking if I say I think Simple is the best flex point in EU right now?
I think Landon. I'm picking Landon.
I gotta think. I gotta think here for a second. I'm doing a quick overview.
Yeah, I personally am going with, I think Landon is a little bit more consistent. I prefer his hero pool right now. I think LKC is also the better team. Are they? It's actually hard to call. Super hard to call between Twisted Minds and LKC right now.
I mean, personally, why do you prefer Landon's hero pool? Is it because of his BAP?
No, the
Or,
BAP
like,
is really
beyond?
strong right now. I think the BAP is really nice right now.
BAP is
Yeah.
a strong hero currently, yeah.
BAP
I would
is
take
strong,
Landon's
yeah?
BAP over Simple's.
Landon is like one of the
Simple-
OG top tier BAPs, you know?
Yeah, but I feel like
flexibility is-
Simple's Kiriko is better.
Yes,
better.
and the Zen is crazy too. When he plays the Zen, it's ridiculous. I think his hero pool, I would say minus the BAP, I would take Simple over Landon right now. I think Simple is he just might be the GOAT of EU.
I personally, I agree. I do prefer Simple's hero. I think the problem I have with the Landon's hero pool is that I think if you don't have like an extremely strong Kiriko, it's a kind of limiting factor for teams right now, because there are some maps where you really want to play Kiri, or like she's really good in certain compositions, and like it just seems kind of a lot. Like I don't think Landon's Kiriko is bad. Have we seen much of it? I think we've seen a bit of it, but like I just
the guy who shits on EMEA now talking
no.
about...
I'm just thinking. I'm thinking about
Landon's-
holistically, because I've seen Landon's Kiriko. I'm just trying to remember how much I've seen. And I can't remember how much of it I've seen, but for the one parts I've seen, I wasn't
quite
impressed.
flexible, because they try to integrate like the Alari, Pokemon,
Yeah.
and
Like I've seen him
they
play.
a
I've
lot
seen
of
him
different
play a
stuff this
variety
stage,
of
but
different things, but I just don't. I've never been. It's never stuck in my mind as much as his BAP.
played
or
more in
his, like,
stage 1.
or his like Ana, you know. So I personally like don't love the Landon's Kiriko from what I can remember of it. So I would much rather take Simple's Kiri, and I think that's a bigger deal for stages right now in stage 2 is having a better Kiriko.
I think this is a little bit of slander. I think
Really?
I don't think it's slanderous to say that Simple looks like the better Kiriko than Landon right now.
I've been really impressed with what Landon have done.
But
with
I
LCS,
would
so.
take Landon's BAP over Simple.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, I would too. I personally think right now, only the BAP I would take over Simple. I would. I think currently, especially after this weekend, Simple is the best flex point in EU right now.
What do you guys think about Twilight?
Holy
No.
shit!
Okay,
I
okay.
You know, the thing is, that's pissing me off. That's pissing me off because
Yeah.
Twilight should
Okay.
actually be
I'm kidding.
mogging. Twilight
I'm
should be
kidding.
mogging
He
these guys.
should be
and
fucking raw
that's why
mogging
I'm
and
pissed.
dogging people,
Yeah,
bro.
like,
kidding.
he
He's
should
washed.
be hitting it from the back.
My
crazy
goat
style.
might be washed. My goat actually might be washed.
I don't think my
fucking
goat's washed. I don't think my goat's washed. I
pains
think the ultimates are washed. I don't think my goat's
Twilight's
washed.
I'm sorry. Twilight's
No,
washed.
my goat's
Sorry.
not washed.
He is washed. This is
He
why I don't...
might be a
Hang on.
little washed. AVRL.
I will add Landon Alari. Add one
Landon
in there.
Alari over Simple,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Another one.
Okay.
Another
I
one.
guess to be fair, if you have both a better BAP and Illari, which are both heroes you can definitely pocket pick to make work, and BAP is even, I would say, less pocket picky, just more generally good. You could argue that Landon's hero pool right now is probably better than Simple's. But I just think the Kiriko is such a like strong pick if teams know how to utilize it properly, to where, to me, I'd still rather have the Curie. But like, you could definitely make the argument that Landon's like hero pool is currently better than Simple's for the meta.
I just love the idea of having Landon on my team. Like, you just like he's, you know, a leader, communicator, can play a lot of different stuff, very smart player. So
we love a good corn-fed McGee, good corn-fed American and EMEA.
I just have like unbelievable trust in Landon. Like, I'm just like, that guy is reliable as hell on Flexport. Whatever we play, and I trust Landon to make the right decision all the time. So I'm glazing Landon for sure. That I am. But Simple has some crazy bio grenades on Midtown in this series as well. I'm moving along here because we're quickly running out of time before Avast has to leave.
I mean, I can go about 20 to 30 more minutes. So we got a little bit of time.
Dude, this guy is. What is this guy doing?
The Ultimates lost them out to Morakiri, but I don't know if it's worth actually discussing because they just dominated.
That team's washed. That team's washed.
Well, then they also dominate Frostel's. Three more maps after that.
Yeah, but also,
as well.
I mean, once again,
Twilight rolled out on the Illari and got his shit pushed in. That's what to the brig, and it was just it was all over the place. He sung Dobu with Winston into a small room and died. It was good
when
time.
Red X plays it, but whenever the other team plays, stop.
I think the thing is, the comp is pretty good against like slower comps, but as soon as you make it like one or two swaps, it's like over. It's literally over. So like that's the
speed.
problem.
The Moira instantly dies.
Yeah,
it's literally just like an all-in comp. Like, hey, all in, try to throw the enemy T of Gorn. Like, they're not ready for it. Here goes. Here's Moira in your face. Deal with it. So,
dude, okay. I know this is like subverting back to the conversation before. Can you just bring up the comment AVRL put in the fucking Discord, please? This is crazy. This is crazy, bro. This is insane.
Bring the picture of Johnny and Jacob again.
Oh my god. No way.
Dude, it's true. Wait, with Jake's shirt, he should have like a big ass lollipop and propeller hat.
With the little propeller hat.
He should have a big ass lollipop and the propeller hat. Oh man. Oh, that's so good. Jake is like that image of like that dog in the propeller hat, you know? And,
yeah, with the little shirt.
That's good.
Sorry, Johnny. I'm sorry. It's just.
All right, Johnny. This one was also making fun of Jake a little bit. So yeah, it's a little 50-50. This one. It's all good. It's all good.
Moving on to North America. There were just so many stomps in North America. I don't think there was actually anything we can really talk about because they were just the four best teams speeding up on the four worst teams in the region.
Well,
as well.
SSG lost the map to Supernova, and I think it was like, didn't they lose on Moira Kiriko?
Wasn't it Control though? I'm pretty.
They lost the to Sakura.
Yeah.
But didn't they play Moira Kiriko?
Decent.
But didn't they?
It was actually a really close map. It looked like SG were gonna close it out, but then
Sakura 100 0'd SSG in the first round.
Yeah, but that's it. That's literally all that happened in this region. So there's nothing else to talk about.
Yeah.
I mean the big day is next week, Monday, and that's the. Oh, sorry. No, yeah, Extinction versus Supernova. Yeah, the Saturday. Sorry, GK Nightmare and then Extinction Supernova for the placing is kind of insane.
Yeah,
that's the placement game.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun last week 6 here in the regular season for both EMEA and North America actually. So looking forward to that. Team Liquid got a doubleheader this upcoming week against Sakura and Dilducks. GK versus Nightmare, like you said as well. The two undefeated teams taking each other on. So yeah, Saturday is going to be a gigabanger day. Make sure you tune in for that. Now, moving on to Korea, there were no matches, but a couple of news items here we'll quickly go through. I hope you know. People can really tell that I'm speedrunning this episode because fast as go.
Well, it's because we almost every episode we ever do is like fucking at least an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Yeah. First up, there was an interview actually with Moon and Dongsu, which provided some fun answers. They seem pretty loose. AVRL, have you seen this yet?
Oh, I didn't actually. Yeah, let's go through that real quick. No, I actually didn't see that.
Okay.
I know it happened, but I didn't actually look into it yet.
So there is about 42 questions / answers, and I do recommend people go check this out.
Whole ass
themselves to read
Google
the
Doc.
answers. Yeah, it's a whole ass Google Doc. It really is. And I'm going to be honest. I just read the Reddit comments for the most part, so I haven't even checked out all this because I found it before the show. But one of them was number 16. Who was the culprit of 23 Atlanta?
Ooh.
And Dongsu said, "Ask Donghack. He's the cold-hearted analyst." And Moon said, "I'll tell you here now. It's Gator."
It's Gator. Oh no!
Wow.
That's funny.
Oh shit, man.
That's very funny. I mean, you know what? He's gone away for too long. Gator, I know you've been beloved in the community for so long. It's finally time someone calls you out, okay? Everyone's loved you universally. We're getting you now, buddy. We're getting you now. You know, I totally forgot that Pavane was on Crazy Raccoon, by the way. You want to talk about a guy that has been around for
He's
fucking
been there
ever?
forever, bro.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Why are you forgetting this?
I forgot that he was with Crazy Raccoon. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that is a very funny, especially because it's right below the. I guess they were talking about Shanghai winning. Were they talking about Is it going to say Shanghai like winning every scrim, or they were talking about they won every scrim on Atlanta 23 in the 15? Goat team. I'll make it personal. Say 21 Shanghai is born to
Yeah,
Shanghai.
it's 23. They won every scrim.
So 20. Yeah. It's funny that it's right below that where like Donghack's like, yeah, we won every scrim and then we beefed out in playoffs, and it's Gator's fault.
I wasn't playing. Bro's not even in the Overwatch scene anymore, man. He's still catching heat like this.
He's catching strays. He's catching strays.
Did we? Oh, is there any other questions on here? Because like, did we talk about last week the proper stream thing?
Well, it's in the
next.
document. Yes.
Yeah,
okay, I didn't read the document.
But
So.
I did also want to read number 4 here.
Okay.
Shanghai trivia. Dongsu says, "There's this thing called Moon's language that everyone knows if they're friends with Moon. He always adds an escape route at the end of his words, like when he wants to drink, he says, 'Dongsu, you want a drink?' You don't have to say yes. It's like gaslighting. Kong and I used to escape route a lot back in Shanghai, but JF always volunteered as a tribute. After a couple of months, he began to look at us and say, 'Actually, I'm not going either. Moon, will you please comment on this?' So Moon says, 'How much time do I have?' He's telling the truth. Dongsu never went out to drink with me when I asked, so I'm not very sorry. Dongsu was the guy that was constantly telling us off for drinking. Shanghai had a Korean Chinese manager and he fought a lot with Dongsu, kind of like Tom and Jerry. He and I drank a lot, like 6 or 7 days straight. The manager liked drinking, but he wasn't very good at it. He was half dead when morning came. Dongsu tried to take him off by challenging him to a drink-off. The manager had thrown up all night, but he accepted. Went to barbecue place at the scrims, and after an hour, Dongsu went outside just to collapse to the floor. No joke, if I didn't catch him, he would have bashed his head in. He just blacked out. I'll stop here. Dongsu, I have no memory of that incident, so you're free to say anything."
Oh, wow.
Koreans have a healthy relationship with alcohol challenge.
With alcohol challenge? Yeah.
Impossible.
Holy shit. That's so funny.
That
Challenging him to a drink off, bro. Dude, that is the most Korean thing I've ever heard, actually. Like, actually.
Yeah, it's
That's
very Korea
crazy.
pilled. It's extremely Korean.
It
Krusty
is.
was also a very big drinker. It was very funny to see the economy between Krusty back in the day and then Gamsu was like, pretty sure Krusty was, I think they're around similar ages, if maybe not even, but Gamsu might be a tad older. I think Krusty could even be a little older. I can't remember, but like either way, they're similar ages, and Gamsu was like the 40-year-old disciplined father of 3, and Krusty was like, "Bro, what if we just got really fucked up?"
Apparently, there's a Korean rock musician called Karina, which I've never heard about. But Dongsu said Moon was there. He was like, "I don't care about idols," and looked at his phone. This is about Dongsu meeting Karina, this like famous rock musician or something.
No,
so Moon
she's a K-pop idol.
Okay, so Moon says, "If it was Yoon Dion, Korean rock musician, I would have been there. I don't care about idols." Oh yeah, sorry. So Yoon was the Korean rock musician. Dongsu says, "I know I'm beating this horse dead, but seriously, if you don't want to waste your life, you should see Karina in person. I was born anew that day."
You know,
That's really funny.
I mean, I get it. I saw the Costco guys in person, and it changed my life. So.
Oh yeah, DreamHack, right?
Yeah,
Oh
DreamHack.
yeah, I
I
saw
saw the
your
cost-
video.
I saw Big AJ, and I saw Big AJ Justice said that, you know, DreamHack, and it did change my life. So I will say that I get it. I mean, some people are into cute idols. I'm into guys from New Jersey with failed wrestling careers that sing about Costco. So, you know, that's what it's all about.
All right, I'll do one more here, and then we'll move on. But number 10, about JFeel during Shanghai Dragons. Moon says, we drank soju in beer glasses for 3 days straight. JFeel said, I'm extremely sorry, but are you insane? Moon is a very heavy drinker. Moon says, I can't drink as much these days. Junbin won't acknowledge me. And there's a question, who's the best drinker on AGG? And Dongsu said, I saw a clip of drunk Sonjun on Twitter. The youngest players are the worst, and Lee So-min drinks 5 bottles of soju. Maka loves drinking too. But to be honest, the kids in Shanghai claimed to drink 4 or 5 bottles, and they all lost to Moon, who claimed to drink 2. Moon said it was 3. So, you know, another alcohol little story here. So they like soju.
Classic stuff, man. It's classic stuff.
There we go.
There's one really interesting tidbit. We don't have to go through the whole thing, but in number 11, when they talk about who's going to make EWC, in the very first paragraph, Moon says, I've heard you need to go to Saudi to play LCQ, so it's not good to be there. Which, I don't know, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but basically confirms that the LCQ for EWC is actually a physical LAN the teams are going to go to. So it's not an online thing.
Well, to be fair, I mean, like that, I mean, I understand why you don't want to go, because you're literally having to travel to go play in an event. So you're going to get tired from traveling, essentially, to go play an event that's your last chance to make, you know, the major event. So, like, it sucks to have to play in an LCQ, but you have to travel to the event to go play the event to potentially make the big event. You know?
Yeah, they announced the details today, actually.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
It's July 17th to 19th, and there's $100,000 prize pool for it. It's open to everyone, so you could sign up. So I'm guessing, there's like a group stage with all the teams to sign up.
It is in
and then there's an 8-team single elimination bracket during a weekend.
Where is it going to be in Saudi? Are they going to use
at the actual EWC venue?
It is going to be there. Okay.
So it's also interesting because open to everyone means even teams that potentially could make it should just sign up anyways.
Exactly.
Right? Like, this is a very interesting way to do it, because also, like, by open to everyone, what exactly does that mean here? Like, if I was a tier 3 team, could I sign up for the LCQ?
Yes, that's open to anyone. So I'm assuming.
So
Like,
I'm pretty sure there's an
what does that
actual
mean?
qualifier. I'm sure there's a qualifier to go to the qualifier. So the thing that all the Saudi teams played in the ESL challenge, whatever it was called, that Twisted Minds won, and Vision came third, and so it was Twisted Minds, Alcacia, and Vision. Supposedly, the way it goes, as I've heard, is if both Alcacia and Twisted Minds end up qualifying for EWC anyway through OWCS, then Vision actually get the slot from that event to go to LCQ. Because the winner of that event goes to LCQ. But obviously Alcacia and
but
TM
I guess
would just
I'm
go
trying to
straight
figure out
EWC then.
how many people like so is it seeded through to OWCS to get into LCQ, or is it completely open or based off these other smaller events? Like, so that the Saudi E-League was the qualifier for this outside of OWCS?
Yeah. So it was an ESL tournament. It wasn't Saudi E-League, but it'd be those types of tournaments. I imagine it's those types of tournaments where like there's some sort of qualifier to get into the qualifier, and then there's 16 teams. This is a pretty massive LAN, by the way, because if we're all 16 teams are going to be there, there's a group stage. So I sent I checked the graphic in the Discord. We can just look at the graphic specifically, but on the second graphic, group stage double elim bracket, playoffs 8-team single elim bracket, 16.
I'm guessing the group stage is online.
Double elim is
I don't think you can do the group stage online because like
it's 3 days. You can't do a group stage and playoffs in 3 days.
Can I introduce you to something called the Shroud Gauntlet? Let's just say that we did a 15-hour tournament with Shroud, and it took a long time, so you can do it. With 18 double
so the groups are gonna have to be. You know what? You're not wrong. 8-team single elim bracket in a 3-day would probably make more sense. Although, like, hold on. No, that probably would make more sense. No, you're right. So would the group stage be some sort of like regional group? So like maybe there's 4 groups of 4, and they're like,
and then they get
it's based on the regions.
Yeah, there'll be 8 matches. Single elim bracket.
That would
and that
make
feeds
more
into the
sense.
final LCQ in Riyadh.
Which, by the way, for teams like Falcons and like even Vision Esports, assuming they'll get in there, maybe they're already Saudi teams. I'm sure that wouldn't be a problem. It'd be like more of an issue for other teams, depending on like I assume EWC pays for the teams to go there and they don't have to fly themselves there. But honestly, if you win, you basically just stay there and just wait till the actual EWC event itself, which is a few weeks later. So you just end up boot camping in Saudi early, which in some cases is kind of a good thing because then you just adjust to the time zone. You're not going to be jet lagged, which actually might be helpful for you. So I could see that being like a reasonable thing. But yeah, the reason I mentioned Falcons is because there's a world where Falcons might have to go through the LCQ instead of Korea. So
Dude, if they went through LCQ, they just.
I mean, it's not looking.
everybody.
It's not looking good for them in Korea. Like they, I don't.
Yeah.
I think it's beyond like there's a world. It's like a 50%, at least. I guess like a 50% shot they don't make it out of Korea. So,
Which honestly, that's kind of sick, in a weird way. I think that's kind of cool. We don't send 2 teams from Korea that aren't Falcons and Raccoon. It goes back to the question earlier on.
does
We send like a Zeta, you know?
it
So-
does? I'm interested to see the rest of the process for this though, because it could be a fucking mess or it could be like goated. Like we'll see.
honestly,
Like,
it's I think on paper it looks kind of goated because you essentially have a LAN before the LAN, which is going to be an international before the international LAN, and there's 100,000 overall prize pool, which is pretty crazy.
No, LCQs
100K.
are cool. No, I think LCQ lands are cool. Valorant's done them, obviously, for like VCT, and they're really good. Like, I like LCQ lands. It's more so just the process of like getting there to the land, right? Like that.
I just want to see I just want to see what the format is to qualify into it for everyone. But the fact that there's a 100K prize pool on it is super sick because that's pretty rare for an LCQ, I think. But a LAN is very rare for an LCQ in Overwatch. I know Valorant's done a couple, but in Overwatch we don't ever you don't ever see like an LCQ LAN. So it's pretty nutty to me. Yeah, I did not expect that.
Yeah, it's really sick.
Do you want to take a look at the proper news, the stream you talked about?
Proper, yeah.
AVRL
let's
even
do it.
sent like a Discord message midweek, which
Yeah,
when
he
that
was so
happens, you
desperate
know
to
it's a
talk.
good one.
And he's adding me on like social media about it too. Like he was so excited for this one. He loved
It was so funny, dude. I loved it. The bet, no, we'll go through this, but I tweeted a screenshot of this with Andy Miller so everyone could see who the CEO's bald head was.
Dude.
But
Back in the San Francisco shop, he touched the CEO's bald head. Avril's tweet made me remember to add, when he touched his head, he said it felt squeaky clean, like when you rub glass. Choi Hopin also
what?
touched his head, and he said the same.
Wait, so my tweet made the person who did the translation remember extra
Yes,
details.
yes.
Let's
That is
fucking
so
go.
Amazing.
funny.
Actually
I'm glad
remembered
that-
extra
that's big.
details.
That's very big
Oh,
for you.
I'm glad
Make
I
sure
did that.
we can remember more stimulus of Andy Miller's bald head and how it felt.
Yeah, well, I know you were in NRG, you loved NRG, and you had
I
a good
did.
time rubbing Andy Miller's head. So I just
Yeah.
want to know if you got the opportunity to squeeze his, rub the head as well.
Squeeze the
Get
dome.
the genie.
It wasn't
get the
part of
genie out of the lamp.
part of the benefits. It wasn't part of the benefits.
I like the bottom point as well. Back in 02, he participated in our scrims and destroyed Glads. Kev asked him about his sense.
What's even like he's just aura farming. He literally just said,
He
"Yeah,
is.
I'm Kevster's father." Like he literally just
Yeah.
said, "I'm Kevster's father," and this for like for no reason. Other than
Well,
aura
the thing
farm.
is, they became good friends because then they exchanged names because Kevster on Battle.net was called Proper Forever, and then he had the Shanghai Dragons logo, and it says there why he had the Shanghai Dragons logo. They were like good friends.
Yeah.
Handshake emoji.
Let's go to the stuff from the top though, because this is the actual OWCS stuff. So it says context. Proper did a stream, talking about what's happening right now from his POV, and in his stream he says, from the way he talks about other Falcons members, there doesn't seem to be any conflict. It seems like he genuinely doesn't know why he's benched. No implication of having done something wrong. Subtly said he's the meta because GenG, and then he
Or
says there's a
farming.
high chance he won't participate in the Old Ocean LCQ match, which is the upcoming Falcons game versus Old
is-
Ocean to get into Korea playoffs.
I mean, yeah, the genuinely doesn't know why he's benched. I mean, that is
That seems crazy.
I think
yeah.
I think he probably knows.
I think yeah.
Like, I don't want to say he's lying, but
Moon
I want to say
Moon doesn't seem like the type of guy to not tell you why you're not.
Yeah.
Moon's not his coach.
Now
Moon's
I
not his
will.
coach.
Well, sorry, that's true. Moon is not his coach. You got a good point. Moon is
9K.
9K.
Sparkle.
9K.
Your favorite guy, Sparkle.
Sorry. 9K doesn't seem like that. But well, to be fair, it also goes for Moon. It has happened. Wait a minute. Who was the coach of the Toronto Defiant that benched Logics? Was that
No.
No, it wasn't
What was that?
It was
2021 Toronto Defiant.
it
What
was
a
the
fucking...
old London. Was it the old London coach? Was it
KDG. KDG.
Oh, it was KDG. Okay, I was trying to remember if 9K was the coach of that. Okay, I was gonna say because if KDG was involved, I was like, wait a minute, it actually would make sense, but no, or 9K was there, but no, 9K. From my understanding, 9K is pretty direct, but because KDG did bench people without telling them why. So but 9K, as far as I understand, has always been a pretty direct guy, and like all the major coaches are typically, that to my knowledge, are very direct to telling them. So that simply doesn't track for me. It doesn't track. I'm calling bullshit.
I wonder what his tone was like.
Avast
Where
versus
you
proper.
can be like sarcastically, yeah, I don't know why I got benched, bro. Like kind of pissed about it. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's maybe a tonality thing.
I don't know why I did this. Fun fact: I just went to check KDG's Twitter, and it says account suspended. I'm like, all right.
Damn.
Banned
You know what's crazy? Bro's been banned off Twitter. They probably didn't tell him why. That's crazy. That's crazy stuff.
That's probably
It's
right.
actually Logic's. Logic's finally got his revenge years later.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So I don't know. I assume that the coaching staff had to have said something to Proper, but at the same time, it could just be, the reason could genuinely be, we just want to give Merit more playtime and we don't want to mess around with substitutions, so we're just going to stick with Stalker and Merit. And that could just be the reason. And there's
if
not
they
like...
don't see the next opponents as threats, like, why not? I see that.
It's not like, maybe there's just not more of a reason than that. To be fair, they did do that. This decision that was made for the team was made before they played Crazy Raccoon. So, sure, although she might not be a threat, but Crazy Raccoon was definitely a threat, and they did this versus Crazy Raccoon and got Giga stomped, so it didn't look good. We don't know. Probably doesn't know when he's going to play next. No one knows, really.
Pretty much, it seems like a fucking mess still. So, pretty much all signs point towards Falcons not making it out of Korea and going to LCQ.
I think
they have to get third.
They'll probably stomp through LCQ though. They will destroy.
They only need to win one game to qualify into playoffs. So if they beat Old Ocean, they're in.
That roster is so sick. There's surely they improve week by week with the 5 they're now, or 6 they're now playing with, because they're playing both tanks, and they're just.
You would think so.
I would think so. I would think so. The Freya honeymoon phase was fun for teams and stuff, but now it gets real in the playoffs. Okay, Falcons gonna turn it on.
I'll be real. In this meta, given that it's such an off-tank heavy meta or brawl heavy meta, they should just 100% play Hanbin and stop playing someone.
Yes.
Look at the meta.
Yeah,
it's Ram, it's Orisa. You can even sneak a Malga in there, which I'm sure Sparkle wants to do.
They hinted in the Moon interview that they said that there was a team that really loved their Malga. So
is Hanbin's Hazard ass, right?
I don't know. He doesn't play that much of it.
I feel like Hanbin could learn Hazard, because if he learned Hazard is essentially all the benefits of a dive tank, but it's essentially an off tank, and Hazard is really, really good right now. So
yeah, a lot of teams are playing Hazard, so not a bad shout. But typically speaking, most of the tanks, Sigma is still in there for the circuit. So every tank is way more in Hanbin's wheelhouse. I just think it's weird that the whole Falcon situation, going back to 9K's original tweet before they bench Proper, was oh yeah, we don't want to mess around with substitutions. Yeah, you're still subbing someone in Hanbin in and out all the time. So what's the hell the deal with that? When someone's win rate is terrible and Hanbin's hero pool is way better for the meta, so it didn't make sense to me.
we'll have to see. But the last chance matches should be fine for them. But we'll see what happens come the final bracket in Korea. Now, I had this segment I wanted to get to before Avast leaves. So
do it fast.
We'll speed out here. Solomon, can you bring up today's thumbnail? Yesterday we talked a lot about last week for some reason, you guys just brought up animals all the time.
You
brought
went
up
on
the
a
tiger
20-minute
comparison to
segment
me.
about crows. by
There
the
were
way.
crows. You compared me to a tiger of us, Zootopia.
That's
Zootopia.
true.
You said what a great Zootopia. So we have lots of animals here. Jaws has cat ears. I have my little
It's a bunny ears,
I
surely.
think they're bunny ears. but
bunny
yeah.
ears. Sorry,
Yeah.
and I have my little tiger there as well. And we have lots of animals. Lots of animals. So I came up with this stupid fucking segment, which makes no sense whatsoever. But I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. So in honor of this thumbnail, and I was talking about the animals, I came up with this player spirit animal segment. So I got some animals lined up, and we're just gonna name Overwatch players that remind us of these animals. Could be the characteristics of the animal. Could be some weird comparison to the animal. It's up to you guys. It's up to you guys to interpret this. So I think the first thing, just to like ease us in here and tie in the title of the episode to this, because the title is the best LANimals in Overwatch, because you can get animals there. So I'll just ask this: who are the best playoff performers, the best LANimals in Overwatch Esports? So I'll give an example. Profit, historically, was always great in the playoffs.
Playoffs Profit.
Playoffs Profit. So the first LANimal that comes to mind for me is Profit. And, you know, if we can make 5, we can make a roster of this, that'd be great. But I don't know if you have any shouts on
I got
players
one.
who popped off in the playoffs.
Yeah. Shu, except when a new support hero releases.
So true. Actually, so true,
Yeah.
though.
I would say if you want to make a team as the other DPS, I'd say Lip.
Sure, yeah. Profit, Lip. I mean, Lip is, you know, when Lip used to take over those games as Sojourn, which,
Yeah,
you know, he
he's
does
the
quite a bit.
steadiest motherfucker of all time.
Yeah, just insane.
What are your thoughts on a potential
Moth main support?
Playoffs, Mob.
I know it's a stretch, but
I was gonna go if anything, I was gonna go like a Chio. Even though I know Atlanta 23. I know Atlanta
Right.
23. But
exactly.
besides
No, that
Atlanta
disqualifies
23.
Chio. That disqualifies Chio.
But
I feel
like, he's
that
got
as
like,
well.
so many other playoff performances.
This guy could have chosen Chorong and he went Chio.
Oh, you're right. Fucking Chorong. I mean, stupid. Well, okay. Well, actually, to be fair though, the problem with Chorong is that he still doesn't have as much history as Chio comparatively.
You can
Like,
default all these, you know, amazing Korean players, but I feel like Moth has so much historic aura.
But but technically Moth, they lost. Well, I mean, he won 2 grand finals.
Won
sure.
2 chips,
He did win 2 chips.
played 1 more season, and he was like, I'm out. I'm not playing 5-5.
But the thing is,
sorry.
the last season, he didn't really have any playoffs aura. At
Did he
all.
even play at all that last season? I feel
He
like he was
did
mostly
a little
benched.
bit, but not a lot. But he did, but not a lot. So like, yes, he was mostly benched. So like, that's the thing. The last season he lost stuff out of the aura. So like, but it's a strong shout because not too many people have won 2 seasons. You know, 1-2 stages, like 1-2 seasons back to back. So that's like,
Honestly,
obviously-
I got a good one. Violet, the amount of times he's gone to a grand final, come on. That level of
Yeah.
consistency needs to be talked about.
Okay.
He's got a lot of
Okay.
second places.
Dude,
Which,
you can't say Violet.
Violet,
though,
best
bro.
player performer?
You can't say that. You can't. Bro. It's just the amount of fumbles this guy's had in like.
yeah, but
recent
but it's a balance. It's a
performances.
balance, guys. This balance is all things
It is,
should
dude,
be.
but the thing is, there
Does he
has-
jump?
if we're
Does he
looking
jump
for,
for no
like,
reason?
straight
Yes.
shooting-
He
But
jumps
Violet
for no
also
reason.
won multiple stages. Is the thing.
But
like,
he went. But he
seasons.
also has 2 chips. He's got multiple stages,
Yeah.
and he's gone to multiple grand finals. You
I
don't
feel
go
like
to multiple
Violet
grand
is
finals
just as a
by
valid
being
thing.
a fumbler.
Like, because
No,
there's not that many.
it's
Violet
not.
would be more relevant than Moth. Violet would be more relevant than I think Chorong maybe. Though maybe Chorong could make it. I think the only 2 like performers are like Chio and Violet. Like if you think about like
No,
consistent LANimals.
that's
Tell me a
bullshit.
consistent LANimal
That's
other than
bullshit.
support player. Give me a support player.
I'm gonna tell you why Violet doesn't fucking deserve that.
Wait, what
because
about
he's
Lee
not
Jae-gung?
a consistent straight shooter. He's not a
He's
consistent
He's
straight shooter.
very consistent. What are you talking about? How many
Consistent
finals has he
straight
been
shooter.
to?
What
How many
did
finals has he
fucking
been to?
dude? Me when I beat in front of a fucking window straight into RuPaul's face.
Okay, but
me
that's
when I
one
beat in front of a
season.
window.
But
gives
The
and
problem
takes.
is, there is no
We're talking about a
support
playoffs,
player
like,
that has had
LAN.
perfect. There's no support player that has had perfect like 6-7 years of perfect play across playoffs. There isn't. It doesn't exist. There is none. Not at the top of
So
there
what
isn't.
that he doesn't care about Face It Masters? We're talking about the playoffs.
It's more so. I'm talking about like there's no player when we talk about Overwatch League, OWCS, like EWC stuff. There is no player that's done like 6-7 years on support role that's been perfect across. That doesn't exist.
Come
Tell
on,
me one.
Joss.
Tell
Give
me
it,
one.
give it to us. Give it to us.
Okay, that's fair.
Give it to us.
Doesn't exist. There's no like perfect player. And Lee Jae-gon is also like.
Yeah, I'm just throwing a name out there, to be honest.
No way.
But yeah.
Come on.
I'm just throwing a name out there, to be fair. What about, okay, wait, here's an interesting one. Actually.
All right, so we have
No, wait,
2
I'm gonna
damage
throw
and 2
one.
supports.
This is, wait, no, wait. I just want to throw one last one for
Moth and
support.
Shun. Okay, go on.
Evil Tool.
No, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. He didn't play in the playoffs in Hawaii because he kept reading comics and he didn't want to practice or whatever.
Okay, I wanted to throw
He
that
got
grade in there.
benched.
I have to go to dinner. Bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
I'm
Just
going
like
there.
that.
I'm getting
Just like
angry
that.
stares. Getting angry
Okay.
stares from the missus, guys. You know.
all right. Have fun. Bye.
You know,
Bye.
one final character for Beast. You know who's the most Beast mode? Me. I'm the
Oh,
most
shut the
Beast mode.
fuck
Bye-bye.
up. Shut the fuck. Get out of it. Get this guy out of
The
here.
king of the break room. He's the king.
King of the break. He is,
boy.
yeah. King of the break. Most consistent performer in the break room. Connor.
All right.
On Boston 2018.
I was going to say Hanbin as tank because Hanbin is the most reliable tank.
Yeah, I would. Would I? I was gonna throw in like a Choi Obit.
Ooh, that's a good one actually. Yeah, Chauvin.
Choyobin, I
Super
feel like
reliable.
he-
I think
yeah.
at this stage, Hanbin's had a longer career. Hanbin's having a longer career and
Yeah,
more successful career overall.
yeah. Overall, probably.
I was going to mention Fate as well because I think Fate in general like sometimes gets forgotten as like a really
Dude, Fate on the
a tank
ball.
that saw a lot of success.
Fate
that's
on
good.
the ball for Dragons was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, Winston was elite as well.
Yeah.
In early Overwatch League.
Yeah.
Won a title with LA Valiant in 2018, and then just was amazing on China Dragons. So I'll give those some honorable mentions, but I would say Hanbin to round out our 5
Hanbin.
LANimals here.
I would add Smurf, the three-timer,
Right.
3-time world champion Smurf.
Yeah.
So that's good.
So that who is our 5 then? We got Violet, Shu, Prophet, Lip, and who's our tank?
What a Smurf.
Hanbin or Smurf? I think at this point, probably Hanbin.
I'm voting Hanbin as well. We got Hanbin as our tank. There
All
we
right.
go. All right. So I'm just gonna rattle off these animal names, and then I'll try to describe. So unicorn to me, a unique player who's like doesn't have a comparison. Who is your unicorn? I'm gonna read Twitch YouTube chat as well, so YouTube chat can chime in
I
there
got
if they
one that's
come
going to
with a
annoy
unique
everyone.
player.
I got the perfect answer that's going to absolutely annoy everyone.
Okay.
And the answer is UB. because because
you're not wrong. I don't.
he's
think.
he's like he's got a very unique personality. We'll start with that. But also his hero
Unique hero
pool.
pool.
He's a very silly specialist. But also like he brings in the tracer. But then he's the guy that also is like a head coach, player, captain, and everything rolled into one. Twisted Minds don't have a coach. Apparently, he's coaching alongside a little psycho in there as well. Is what I'm hearing. It's like a very different. I've never heard of a player doing this. You know. So if you're
Yeah,
talking about a unique
that's
player,
fair,
this really is like the kind of most unique player from all aspects that I can think of. Really.
I was going to mention Mirror from the LA Gladiators and all the other teams that was on the Overwatch League.
First player
That
to
one-
play in OWL all 3 roles.
All 3 roles in one match, was it not?
Yeah, tank
One
support,
match?
I don't
Or
think
was
it was
it-
a match. It was a stage, I think.
But he
Was it
did.
one match.
I thought it was one match where he played support, damage, and tank. But I could be wrong.
What match
But
is
he
that?
definitely played all 3 roles.
He definitely played all 3 roles. Yeah. There's 2 that I'm thinking of. Backbone did end up playing support for them. Bone
Well,
back. for a little while.
devil's advocate. He's like EMEA Rascal. But not as good as Rascal.
Yeah. Or let me suck Element Mystic Dick real quick. Sparkle.
No. Sparkle is just a
Why
flex
not?
player. Well, what do you mean?
Yeah, it's Doomfist.
All right,
He's
so
doing-
he's
I
got some
mean-
personality, but he's not
Yeah,
unique.
world class.
I mean, a lot of flex DPS has played
Or
Doomfist. I don't know.
Unicorn?
I don't know
Yeah,
that's
that-
special. You know.
I think it was just
I know
the
that's
best
really
Doomfist
different.
around. You just said one, actually. Do you think Rascal maybe? Actually, nah, maybe not.
I mean,
Unicorn is so hard to like.
You know, I got
I'd
some
say
for
I
Rascal.
kind of like the UB pick actually from AVRL.
I think that's the perfect one.
RCK,
I've-
Diva, and Sombra player.
RCK, Gigante RCK,
Boston
Holy
Uprising, and then later
fuck,
Dallas
boss.
Fuel.
and
Or
he
maybe it was
played
the other way around.
Sombra Diva.
Pine Widow. I mean, Pine had a very interesting playstyle compared to other. Like no one got active like Pine did. I will say there. So that's a decent shot from Kyrie. Yeah, seen a lot of great Widowmakers, but Pine got active.
The most insane. This is just so off the wall. Water.
Oh, hydration too. Who?
Water.
Oh, water. Oh my god.
Genji guy, because he plays at 1 million cents for a Genji player. Yeah, played for Glad's Legion.
Oh
what about the new? What about the ball player in Japan that plays on 2 billion cents? That's pretty unicorn.
Okay, that's pretty unique. Yeah, that's pretty unique.
That's pretty unique. I like Yubi though. I think Yubi's actually
Come on, like. Okay,
Dude,
he's great on Tracer and Sim. Like,
No, it's the uniqueness. It's the fact that like
the flex hero pool is crazy there, and then also his situation, like Avra was saying, potentially like playing a little.
And
bit
also
and
he's got a let's say he's got a wild personality, which when you combine everything together, when you combine it all together into one person.
Or a unicorn. Come on now.
Okay. What is your top pick, bro?
I said people would dislike the answer, but I think it's the true answer, but I think people would dislike the answer.
I'd say mirror. I'd say mirror because of the role flexing.
Okay, I will +1 mirror or +2 mirror because of the 3 roll thing.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Horse. Orisa player.
A Orisa player?
Yeah, so
you're speaking Orisa players now?
No, but like I'd say, you know, like from last year, Infected has very strong Orisa vibes because Infected was amazing on Orisa last year. So I don't know. Is Infected spirit animal a horse? I don't know. That's just.
I'm thinking.
Okay, the horse one's the weakest one so far.
Bernard or Smurf?
Bernard.
Yeah, I mean Smurf.
What's on the mind for me?
Orisa was ridiculous.
Yes.
To be fair. Smurf or, dude, fucking. I mean Smurf or Infected, bro.
Okay, maybe we can leave this award if any of those 2 names come up later. Okay. Dog. He's got that dog in him. What player's got that dog in him?
Dude, you know who does have that fucking dog in him? Jwoo.
Jwoo? Wait, elaborate. You gotta elaborate. You can just say
Elaboration?
Jwoo.
Yeah, Jwoo.
People don't know anything about Jwoo because he's just like
he's got that fucking dog in him, and I think that's why. Not many people know shit.
He doesn't elaborate.
Got that fucking he comes in and just starts pounding, bro. Just starts pounding on the Tracer, pounding on the Genji. Kind of a little freak, a little beast.
I got one.
Okay.
First of all, it is funny. Dogman is a funny one because dog in the name. No,
oh my god, that is.
No,
funny.
I think the best answer that I can come up with is actually Sonjin. If you look at his history, he basically goes contenders, fills in for profit for a month in the Seoul Dynasty, just like slots in there. I don't think Seoul did particularly well in that month, so whatever. But then the rest of his career, he goes into like a bunch of like NA, EMEA teams. We actually kind of talked about him last week. And you look at his history, and he's had to grind through, you know, he goes contenders, Seoul Dynasty, then grinds through NA, EU, goes to all these teams, and now he's looking like a really insanely top-tier player in OWCS Korea. And I just think like his career trajectory is perfectly encapsulating dog in him type of energy.
Wait,
you know?
Kalios. Wait, was it
I was going to say Kalios. I was going to say Kalios too.
Because he went from what, contenders to OD to contenders to OWL, and then back to OD to contenders to Overwatch League. He did the fucking whoom. He did it twice.
And he's trying to make teams,
Kalios,
and then the teams don't work out, and he's going to like other regions, and he's just now he's in like Japan or something, right? And like it's all just back and forth.
I think it's Kalios. It has
Kalios
to
is just all over the fucking place.
Let me look.
But yeah, I think Sonjin is a great shout.
Yeah. So he Runaway, Afrika Freaks Blue, Boston Uprising. Not on the Boston Uprising anymore. Skyfox's Team Griffin, Third Impact, O2 Blast, Phoenix, New York Excelsior, Washington Justice, Boston Uprising, 2 fucking red teams, Ataraxia head coach. I didn't even know that. Ataraxia head coach for 11 days. Okay, epic. Old Ocean, Vortex Wolf, and now Rejects.
Dude, this guy's got the dog in him. I'm sorry.
Dude,
Kalios is just all over the
bro.
map.
This guy.
Kalios is all over the place.
Yeah.
A special shout out. Crystal, I guess this thing on the dog.
Dude, you could give that guy every fucking award on this list and it would make sense.
We need to make an animal just for Crystal. Can we think of an animal specifically for Crystal, just so that he can have an award? Some sort of he can be the magpie for like the best bag getter of all time.
The magpie.
Magpie for
That's
best.
actually
there you
really
go.
good.
Give specifically just for Crystal. I want a magpie one for him. There you go.
Magpie.
Gets the bag, man. Brother,
I like
he
that.
continues to get the bag.
He continues to
for
get
it.
the bag, and he's still probably banging. All
Moving
right.
on, we got the frog. He's got that Lucio in him. Funny
I mean,
Astro?
Dude, it's got to be Astro. No, Lee J Gone or Astro.
I think Lee
Has to
J
be.
gone. I think Lee J gone's the most.
Lee J Gone
yeah?
is
Famous-
freaky
Oh,
in
wow.
ints.
He's
Like,
the most-
Astro ints less.
He's the most like infamous, famous Lucio player of
Yeah.
Overwatch history.
He's got
Lee-
a map named
Lee J.
after
Gone
him.
Tower.
Lee J Gone Tower. Yeah, it has to be
Um,
Lee J Gone, surely.
Yeah.
All right. I like it. Next up, we got cat. What player has a cat as a spirit animal? Avast said he'll do shit whenever he wants to, which made me think of Violet. A cat does whatever they want to, like
He's got
whatever.
money.
And I'm
He's
thinking
got money.
Violet as well here. Like he'll.
See, I was
Violet would just
thinking
do whatever.
of when you said that, my brain instantly went to Kevster. He's kind of quiet.
No.
He just kind of chill, cool vibes, you know, but he kind of turns up when he needs to. Do you not think?
Kivster gets the robot
Because the way
award.
I see
Okay,
Cat
so we have
AI
a
is
award.
like,
capybara. We have a capybara thing coming up here next for chill. I feel like Kevster would fit under the capybara. spirit animal.
capybara. Okay, sure. Maybe that would.
That's,
Maybe that would
that's a very
fit better.
chill Overwatch player.
What the hell would be Cat then? What did Connor say?
He'll do shit whenever he wants to. Like a cat will do whatever.
That's a
whatever
Violet
they want
thing,
to.
I think.
Yeah,
gotta
exactly.
be.
I think it's. I think.
That is a Violet.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I think
agree.
that's a Violet thing. I think that's a Violet thing. Okay, we got so capybara then chill. Would you agree that Kevster very chill?
Yeah, 100%. Pretty chill, like kind of a quiet guy, you know, like when you meet him and stuff. And then he just he's just a beast. He's just got that, yeah. He's got that capybara in it.
He's got that capybara in him. This is quickly turning very stupid. All right, a gerbil. I don't even know what a gerbil is.
A
To be honest.
gerbil, you mean?
Gerbil? Okay.
Yeah,
that's how
a
you say it.
gerbil.
So it's like a hamster.
Gerbil. Dude.
So it's like a hamster. Okay, a gerbil.
A
Harmless.
gerbil.
I've
is,
asked that a gerbil is harmless. So who is
Harmless?
harmless?
Is
Gotta
this just
throw
a
some
bad
shade.
player that isn't very?
That's
very
what I was
good,
thinking.
or
Does this just mean bad or?
They're just not a very good player. They're pretty
Can
harmless.
we give
you know?
that to Connor because he did fuck all and he's got 0 points on his.
Give it to Connor.
Can we-
And
he's got 0. Look at the back
he's
of
in
his
the break
training
room.
card on Upper Deck, bro. It's got 0 stats.
Boston Uprising break room.
Completely
Yeah,
harmless.
Okay.
Actually, not bad. Avast should get his own award for that one.
The gerbil
He
in
could be
the gerbil.
I've asked
in
us the
break
gerbil
room.
award. Oh my god, I love it. That's great. That's great. Next up, we got Bull, someone who's heated. Potentially very
rager.
strong, heated player.
Honestly, Kalios might be another good one for this one. Okay, no play himself.
Okay, no play.
Okay. Oh, dude.
That's a good one.
Okay, no play. I still also have a GIF somewhere of him slamming the desk in Overwatch League and the camera just fucking falls off the monitor. I've got that somewhere.
Yeah, Jake slammed the
I was
going
going
to
to say
well.
Jake for the slam.
But I don't
Yeah.
think he's. I don't think he's like a known rager though. I don't think he's like a history
Jake.
of it being.
Jake, not a known rager. Do we know
I
the
don't-
same guy?
Okay, I'll give it to you. I don't know.
I actually,
just feel
Jake
like
did use a tilt
Does
on
he have that
stream and stuff
reputation?
too.
He is known for tilting. Not
All right,
anymore.
all right, I
I mean,
don't
that
know.
was a long time ago, but like, I wouldn't say anymore. But
Reiner.
I'm just
There's a
think-
couple
I'm
of
just-
people in chat who said Jake.
I'm
on
just
YouTube
because
chat.
I'm also thinking of players that have like actually had beef, either within their own team or like
the
with other
okay
people.
no play is a legendary moment.
Effect got really heated as well in the last few.
Oh, effect. Shit.
He got so emotionally like angry and stuff sometimes, and also very strong. Great player.
The aura farm from Kalios is kind of crazy. I'd say Kalios or Jake.
Do I say
Maybe
my casting
Kalios?
duo?
Dude, he's not gonna.
He's
take
not.
that
He's not
badly.
here to defend himself. He's not here to defend himself.
Okay,
Uh,
I'm gonna make a call. It's Kalios for OK No Play. He gets 2 awards. The OK No Play is just ridiculous.
UB rage quit.
Oh, what at the end of the game to cause the pause? Is that
No,
one?
that was actually
even
that was
UB.
that was
That
Quartz.
was
that
even
was,
UB.
accidentally.
No.
Yes. Oh, sorry, that was Quartz. My bad.
But UB is known to be pretty angry, right?
yeah, you be pretty active.
Striker.
Oh shit!
It has
No,
to
it's
be
gotta be
Striker.
Striker. No, it's gotta be
It
Striker.
has
It's gotta be
to
Striker.
be.
It's gotta be Striker. No, it's gotta be
You
Striker.
got
Has to
faces.
be
What's
No, it's gotta be
Striker.
Striker.
Striker. All right.
Dude, I
Shout out to
forgot.
Cosm. Shout out to Cosm in YouTube chat for bringing up
Yeah,
Striker.
The Doom of peripherals. He's the Thanos snapper peripherals.
Yeah,
your
it
team.
has to be. Good
All right,
call.
That's got to
striker.
be striker.
Striker got bull for a spirit animal. All right, sloth. Someone who's lazy. I don't know, like, I mean, Yveltal, because Yveltal wanted to read the comics.
Fucking mango.
Yeah.
Yveltal. Just because
It's
of the
got to
mango
be
situation.
Yveltal. Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
Yveltal's a bit of a sloth. Oh my god. Okay, I love it. That was quick then. Tiger.
Good.
Someone who's scary. This is where it gets a little
Scary?
cringe. Like, what player is scary? I don't know if anyone's scary, actually. Maybe this is bad. Maybe this is bad.
This feels like a very.
This is where the
philosophical
segment goes
one.
downhill. I don't know.
Scary.
I wouldn't really say any players like a tiger. I don't know.
I got-
Someone from Soul
just-
Dynasty.
I got-
Scary.
Someone from
Let's
Soul
just go-
Dynasty.
Let's just go Johnny, because Avast called him a tiger last week.
Yeah, bring out the picture.
No, don't. There's no need. Would you say a Soul Dynasty player? Is that a good suggestion for me?
A tiger. I mean, you could say Prophet. I think Prophet wouldn't be too bad. Scary player. Like, he's not a scary human
Yeah.
being.
I'm
but,
trying
like,
to think
he's
of there
a
any scary
player.
human beings.
Remember when Fleta was in Soul Dynasty in 2018? And we thought like, oh my god.
Jesus, yeah. Wasn't that with Marv? Oh,
Marv? No, Marv was 2019.
Oh, it's 2019.
2018. That was like
Chio
the
is pretty
Lunatic
scary,
High
actually. It's not a bad
Chio?
call. I saw in the chat.
Chio.
Okay, but I
Chio's
would say,
scary, man.
all right, Chio is
Jesus, yeah.
scary, but not a tiger. So
Okay. I like that. We'll go Chio. How many? Okay.
Koreans were afraid of Kevster.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, Kevster was always like the mythical beast, I suppose.
Who was a shoulder check guy? Deepay?
Deepay, yeah. Give Deepay the award. Oh my god. Wait. Cooking?
I think TBD on Tiger. I don't think there's any definitive.
All right.
Tiger
What's
here.
next then?
All right,
All right.
we got. So next up, I put Crow. Someone who's intelligent and territorial. I don't know if that. Now we're just bantering about last week,
dude.
Now we're just bantering about last week.
Crow.
'Cause I have a Crow
Intelligent
problem.
and territorial.
I'm thinking
that
territorial.
Chio
I'm
again?
thinking about the. Sorry, go on.
Chio again.
Is
No,
there been any
could be-
player
could be
that's
Chio.
like
Could be Chio. Yeah, I'd say Chio. Chio is my Crow.
Chio? All right.
Yeah, intelligent, but territorial.
Okay.
And then I got Falcon, most appropriate player on Team Falcons. So it's pick one player on Team Falcons whose spirit animal is a Falcon.
A falcon. What would you describe a falcon as? Very quick. Well, because they dive bomb at nearly 200 miles an hour.
Stalker,
Ooh, Stalker's not bad actually. Yeah, plays Tracer. as
Echo?
well. It's kinda cool.
Proper because he's
Echo
flown away and we don't know where he is.
he's migrated. Where is he?
Bro migrate. I like
Yeah.
that actually. Stalker, yeah. Stalker for Falcon embodies the. Yeah, sure.
I feel like Stalker's career as well, defined by Team Falcons as well, because it's been so
At this
amazing.
point, I'd say, yeah.
All right, Gopher, the best venture player.
The best venture player.
Who was
Yeah,
the
because
last
it
time we
doesn't.
saw Venture?
Gophers dig and venture digs.
I get
so
it,
I
I
thought,
get it.
yeah.
Who played Venture for Falcons last year during Malcolmetta? Was it Proper or Stalker that played it? Can't remember.
I can't remember. I know my moan. Didn't my moan play a bit the venture? This.
Bro, I can't remember,
Who
man.
played?
I cannot remember that much venture. I'm gonna be honest.
No, I mean we rarely get to see venture these days. So.
We saw Venture in Dallas and Stockholm last year, but I'm trying to remember who played it. Because they both play the same
Seto
heroes.
says that Stalker played venture.
Oh, okay. Dude, my brain, I don't know if anybody else gets like this, like when it's just one perma meta, dude, I just forget.
Dude.
All right.
Who was the best venture player? My moan played venture. It's pretty decent.
I'm gonna give it to the Falcons player because I think Venture was only really relevant in one comp. It was Stalker, yeah. And Falcons played it the most and they were the best at that comp.
All right.
Okay, give it to Stalker then.
Stalker's a Falcon and a Gopher. All right. Final thing we got is hamsters. Like who's the best wrecking ball player? I feel like it just has to be Among.
What? You didn't say Jumbin. What? Jumbin's available. What are we talking about?
Okay, but Among has more aura than Junbin. On wrecking ball. Specifically just wrecking ball.
Three best wreckable players, Jumpin, Among, Fate. Pick one of them.
All right, we can pick
And Dongak.
Jimmy if you want.
Tong hack.
All right. I'm putting down
Rhea.
Junbin. And there we go.
That
That's
was Rhea. I mean, actually not a
Rhea.
bad ball player.
Wow.
Among's good though.
All right.
I like
We tried.
Okay.
We tried to do our quick little segment here. And hopefully you found it enjoyable. It would have been funny if Avast was here, but Avast has dinner plans apparently. And
He knows other people. It's kind of cringe.
yep.
There he is. He's dead.
It's tough.
Finally.
Anyway, we tried to have fun. We tried to come up with a segment in a pretty boring week here. Now we're changing up Brent's player of the week this week. Because the day has finally come, Jack. The past couple of days I've been car shopping. So this week, instead of Brent's player of the week, we got Jaws car of the week. Now, before you get to your car, I'm just going to chat about what I've been looking into. So Solomon, this is the car I've been looking at. Pull up a Mazda CX-50 in the sand color.
Dude,
It's a nice color. It's a nice color. I like it. So pull that up, Solomon. This is what I've been looking at. So I'm asking you guys, what do you think? I think it looks nice.
That's like a khaki green.
It's just what it's called.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
but I like
Sand.
green. So this is what I'm scouting. What do you think, fellas? Is it a good? Should I buy this?
That blends into the background. You can
It blends in.
you can militarize this vehicle. I can see
You
it.
love Mazda. Honestly, not bad. Honestly, not
Mazda
bad.
are known to have some of the best compact SUVs on the market.
How about this?
Top ratings.
Mazda RX-7 from 1997 slammed to the fucking ground.
Mazda
You could have a wide
RX-7.
body.
What year
You
did
could
you
have
say?
a wide body. I don't know, a 97 version or something.
How about-
97 Mazda RX-7.
How
Pull
about
that up,
the
pull
Mazda-
that up,
how,
Solomon.
how about Mazda RX-7 specifically from the Fast and Furious movie, Driven by Han?
Driven by Han. Oh, with the
Tokyo
with
Drift?
the
Tokyo Drift
veil
Mazda.
side
Oh, that
body
one
kit.
was so sick.
Yeah,
The veil side body kit.
yeah.
fat
The
body
Tokyo
kit at the
Drift
back.
RX-7. That
Oh,
version.
Orange and yellow. Orange and black. Sorry. God.
Best looking RX-7 I've ever seen.
I would say so. Yeah, I would say so. A lot of people don't like the veil side body kit. I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just saying.
It
It looks good though.
It actually looks really old nowadays. I remember seeing this back as a kid. It was like the coolest car I'd ever seen.
Oh, the
But
neon
looking at it
below
now,
as well.
it's
God
still
damn.
kind of cool, but it does look a lot more dated than I remember. Like,
That is
oh, that's kind of old.
definitely like that's obviously a replica, but like I'm pretty sure the hood is wrong and the lights are definitely wrong. So I'm pretty sure it didn't have exposed headlights. I could be wrong.
That was a Supra. Okay, Kamaguri is fact checking us live here.
You can
Jaws?
just.
I linked a car.
I got to share my Mazda CX-50, and it seems like a great compact SUV. So I'm thinking about buying that.
The car.
But it's a bit, we'll see
Currently
here.
on bid.
Here we go.
Midnight Purple 2, 1997, 1999. That's on bid right now. Nissan Skyline GTR V-Spec. By the way, it's in Huntington Beach, Johnny. Not too
Jesus
far.
Christ.
Not too far. Midnight Purple from the factory, bro. From the factory.
$190,000.
Peep the miles. Peep the
How many
miles.
miles?
It's on the bottom. 34,000 miles on the Nismo cluster. HKS, silent
That's
high
pretty
power
low,
fucking
isn't it?
exhaust system. This probably has a Montana title, probably, because you can't get them legal in California because emissions. Holy fuck! This is gonna go
It's
for like
right side drive. This is literally from Japan.
yeah.
Right side
You
drive as
can't
well.
get GTRs these years that are American. They were only sold in Japan.
What year was this vehicle again? How old is this thing?
99.
That's older than most of the chat.
Yeah, it is. It is, and this will probably go for like 250, 300 almost. What is it? Montana title? Yep, knew it.
I'd be
Wow.
scared to drive this thing. I don't want to put miles in it. You know,
I mean,
this
this
is a relic.
is a
You know,
collector piece for fucking.
it's an antique. This is an antique. This is the
Oh
kind of
my
car
God.
that you drive a little bit, but you'd probably mostly lock away in a car collection to
No
show off
way.
and never drive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
it's too precious to drive. Way too precious.
God, it's so beautiful, bro. The Midnight Purple goes crazy on this one, man. I've been keeping my eye on it. 3 days left.
That is beautiful. I know. I knew
Are you thinking
wouldn't
of putting it in
disappoint.
bed? What are you talking
Hell
about?
no. I just like looking
Why
at
are you
cars,
keeping your
bro.
eye on it? What are you?
Because I
You're
just
financed
left to
it real
look
quick.
go for.
I'm
not
$20
Three days left to
financing.
look at this.
Bro, I'm not financing like almost $300,000 for the GTR. That I'd have to like set up a company in Montana to get the fucking thing to drive it in the plates and shit.
They're about to make an R36, so Nissan's about to come out with a new GTR pretty soon. I'm pretty
Dude,
sure.
people have been saying that for like years. I don't know.
That was a beautiful car, Josh.
I don't know.
I
It is a
know. I
beautiful
knew
car.
you wouldn't disappoint.
It is a beautiful car. I'm actually looking at a Supra right now as well, like like an actual affordable car. I'm actually looking at a Supra. I've got this.
How
on
much is
sale.
Toyota Supra you're looking at?
This 2020, is it 2020? Let me look. Yeah, it's a
The
2020 premium. It's 50K. It's 50K. It's in California as well.
The new,
See,
yeah, the
that's
new
the difference
Supra models are
between
not
us,
bad.
Jaws. I spend money on like an espresso mug and get a Mazda
Yes.
CX-50, and you get a Toyota
Yeah.
Supra.
Yeah, I
do you know
wanna
how
save
many
for one.
Dyson fans you could buy with that extra money?
2, 3.
Yeah, something like that.
Let me show you. Let me show you the car that I got my eye on. Here you go.
Oh, go on,
This
go on.
one's for sale.
All right.
This
Yep.
one's for sale. Someone bring this up. This one's for sale.
Bring this up.
Put his car up.
Bro. It's $50. That's cheap, bro.
Yo! Yo!
The Han
Whoa, it's
RS7.
$50.
Oh, the hood was great. God, it comes with a Han figure as well. Dude, that's
Whoa!
And he's eating. He's eating. He's
That looks like
snacking, just like in the
ass.
movie.
That's crazy.
good. That paint job goes crazy, bro.
Wow.
Oh, it did have
Oh,
hood
shit.
scoops. I didn't think it had hood scoops.
Hood
Yes, it did.
scoops. Bro, I couldn't even tell you what the
Oh
fuck a
shit!
hood
The
scoop
doors
is.
and shit open. Look at that.
Yo!
A little
Oh,
vents in the fucking hood.
that's
Peep,
nice.
Peep that. Peep the car.
God, it's just a nice fucking car, bro. Even in plastic.
Even in plastic.
Yeah, even
Just
in plastic, it looks
nice.
good.
Did you know the Mazda RX-7s? They sound so. You guys, I don't know if you know the rotary engine in RX-7s. That's why one of the reason why people love them, because the rotary engine is like this fucking thing, and it basically makes a whoomp 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 sound. It's cool as fuck.
What? A rotary engine? The
Yeah,
fuck?
it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. A rotary engine. It's the way they work. Then they're very unreliable as well. Apparently, I was reading up on them the other day. But it's the way the engine works. It's like a triangle, but like slightly curved edges on the triangle, and it spins inside, so it makes a whoom 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 sound. It sounds cool.
Vugson Enchant feels that the best car for me would be a Rivian.
A Rivian? I could see you driving a Rivian, Johnny.
Don't sleep on them. I think they look cool, but I just don't know.
They look like bug eyes. They're large bug eyes, but
I think they look
I
cool.
think-
I just don't know if this is me.
I think you're a Range Rover kind of guy, Johnny. That's what I get vibe I get from you.
I can't afford a Range Rover. I can't.
No,
You
I,
can.
I'm not saying you can afford it. I'm just saying
Bro,
you're,
what?
it's
How
the
much
kind of
Range
vibe
Rovers?
for.
Give me a sec.
Isn't a Range Rover
What
like?
about a really old one? What about
They're
70,
not
80,
that
80,000
expensive, bro. Bro's like, I'll
What?
spend 50K on a car. That's not a Range Rover.
How much is a Range Rover?
They're not that expensive, bro. Yeah, they're like
Range Rover
20K.
starting at $108,000.
Dude,
okay, that's
you're looking
new, though.
at new cars,
Okay.
motherfucker. Look at pre-owned. Dude's like, I must buy everything. Buy a
No,
pre-owned car, please.
no.
Johnny,
To be clear, the
please.
Mazda I'm looking at is certified pre-owned.
And how
to be
much?
clear,
is
I'm
it?
not buying a new car. I am way too fucking in the depths of like Google Sheets and financing to buy a new car and have
Dude,
that body deteriorate.
How much is it? And how many miles?
I'm looking for like a car right now. Like my budget, I'd say is between like 35,000 probably. So something like
How many
that.
miles
But
on that?
if I go
Dude,
lower to like
These
there's a,
motherfucking
there's
Range
the-
Rovers are 20K. 20K,
there's,
2017, 50,000 miles.
if I
on
wanted to
them.
get like a Mazda CX-5, I could get a good one for like 25K. That looks new.
25K,
So.
that's not bad.
Yeah,
That's
so
not
like I'm
bad.
open. I'm open to it. I'm just browsing. You
You can
right now.
buy I'm looking at this Range Rover right now. 2018, a premium Range Rover, 30K miles, 26,000.
What year was that?
2018 Range Rover Evoque, EVOQUE.
Yeah. I know how to spell that.
You know what? I think you should just do a 180 and get a Ford Raptor. Just get a big ass truck, please.
Just get a Raptor.
This is all right. Yeah, it's all right.
Just get a Dodge Ram, please.
Check it out.
Get a big ass
Shit,
truck.
you're pretty American, Johnny, I think. You should get an F-150.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't know what this car was, but I remember going to Dallas last year, and when I went to Fort Worth, I saw the most unbelievably large truck I've ever seen. It was the most Texan American thing I'd probably
Yeah.
seen
It's
the
absurd.
entire trip. It had 4 wheels in the back, not 2, 4 wheels in the back. It was long as hell, and on the wheels, I swear to God, like it had like a Mad Max style, like sharp thing, such that like if you decide to like swerve into another car, the little spinning things on the wheels, the little like Mad Max
It's like
style.
a
It's like
Roman chariot with blades on the wheels.
I'm pretty sure. I don't think they weren't huge, but like they were just there. I'm like, what, dude? This car is crazy. This guy is living. This guy's actually living Mad Max. He's got the biggest truck I've ever seen, and he looks like he wants to do vehicular combat. Is what he wanted to do. You know.
I know that they were popular on lowriders for a long time, right? I could be wrong. I'm not.
There's your segment, Jaws.
There's my segment. Thank you. Yippee.
Yeah.
Who's Brent?
That was a
Did you
great
choose
car.
one? What? Who's gets to what? Did you choose a car?
No, it was just Jaws
Oh,
Skyline.
Jaws. Did Jaws choose a car for the award?
If I had to choose a car to own out of the cars we discussed, obviously it would be the Midnight Purple GTR.
No, yeah, it would just show off. It's just your car of the week.
There you go. I'm looking at the Supra, but it's very expensive. It's very expensive. I need to save for many months, many years for that fucking Supra. But it'll be worth it.
All right. Thank you for this short episode, fellas. To everyone out there, are a bit disappointed that we didn't recap. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Send screenshot. Send that shit. Oh damn.
This is Brent's player of the week.
Oh, it's so
Solomon.
good. That's player of the week right there.
Thank you, Solomon.
Screenshot.
Oh
Screenshot.
my-
Post on Twitter. Post it to Reddit. Oh, it's too good. It's too
That
my
good.
is
God.
fucking incredible, bro. You gotta show
That is brilliant. That's great, Solomon. Great job.
We
legendary
both just
stuff.
sent it to Avast. We both
Oh,
just
boy.
sent it to Avast right now.
Fun episode though. Brent's player of the week, Johnny and Jake for going to the fair.
The little like candy popsicle looking ass thing that Jake's got
Holy
is so fucking
shit.
clean.
We are never seeing Johnny wear that shirt ever again.
Oh my god.
He's about to burn the shirt. He's about to give that one to the crows as a peace offering.
Oh,
He's about to tie that shirt onto a pole and wave it like a white flag to the crows. Oh
I love
god.
that shirt. I love that shirt. That's
It's
great.
nice. I'm
I'm keep wearing that shirt, and
You
we're
should,
gonna
you
keep spinning
should.
the wheel. That's what I'm telling you right now. All right, thank you, fellas. Pleasure as always. Thank you, Solomon, for being the best producer in the world. Do appreciate you very much. Jaws, AVRL, take care, fellas, and we'll see you next week for a longer episode, recapping more Overwatch action. Take care, everybody. Have a nice week.
Important week. Fade to black.
The fade out. Why we're doing the fade out now every week? What is just fade it.